agreement that the president had hoped for. Now, a global climate deal is, well, up in the air. By putting up this roadblock, is China doing more to help the U.S. taxpayer than, well, the U.S. government? Lizzie, what do you make of that?
Yeah, it sure seems that way because, look, you know what's appalling about what's going on with this situation is that China won't allow any inspectors in to check that they're not really spewing more carbon or methane or whatever pollution into the air.
What's the punishment if they were?
So what's the punishment? Right, exactly. So why should the U.S. sign on to any kind of a deal where it means more taxpayer money going down some kind of a rat hole? Why does the U.S. always get stuck with it? Really,
there's no time to waste. This cannot be a politicized
we know
issue.
that. Heather, we know that there, excuse me, I beg your pardon. We know that there's no time to waste, but really, let's make it a fair deal. This
what do you mean there's
fair.
no time to waste? Maegan, I mean, we've already had these climate emails where we know they were suppressing information that, you know, this might not be all
of climate gate me.
Well, no. Maegan, I'm just saying, by the way, I know you haven't seen much coverage, but when the experts are sharply divided on this, it's like a contractor. I start thinking twice about going with that contractor.
No, you know, we can pull up data that, you know, will prove a point in either direction. If we're asking the American citizens to, you know, guess if they're going to be right or wrong on climate change, I'm sure a lot more people would like to be at home in their houses than, you know, on some rowboat with you in the Antarctic Ocean.
Yeah, but when people are questioning, Maegan, whether we need to address this as quickly as we are and sink serious change into a science that even by the experts spouting it, there's great division, then maybe we should go slow, right? I don't know about you, but I don't walk into the first store I see and buy the first thing I see.
I don't do that either, but
actually, I do that, so, but I lie about that. But, Jonathan, what do you make of that?
Well, Neil, you're right. I mean, the science, I'm sorry, is not conclusive. It is simply not conclusive at this point, and ClimateGate does raise, with all due respect, a lot of suspicions. What we do know is that the cost is very real and very conclusive. And I'm sorry, do you think if we spend $200 billion instead of $100 billion, it's going to make one lick of difference to the temperature in Copenhagen, which happens to be at record lows, by the way?
For all the climate refugees who come to America after their islands float into the water.
But I think the bigger point is this whole notion of we have to hurry and do this by the end of the day Friday or the ozone's going to implode. I think this whole scare tactic, it's got to stop. We'll survive another couple years.
You know, that's like saying we shouldn't have appeased Hitler. I mean, we have to let them go incrementally, one by one.
Megan, I agree with you. I do think there's climate change. The issue, though, is China. China's defenestrating Cambodia and, you know, taking all the forest. They're taking all the timber, their wood. They're taking all their forest land, their wood products. They are. That adds to climate change. So why shouldn't China pony up even more than the U.S.? Why is it always the U.S. getting stuck?
All I'm saying, guys, is I'm making a general statement here, and John, I'll let you pick up on this. Rush. We rushed last year in the financial, you know, there's Paulson with this one-page thing, sign, and do it, rescue. And we had to rescue the rescues and bail out the bailouts. Now we're saying with stimulus, we're rush, sign. And then we found all these problems with stimulus checks going to dead people, incarcerated people, and 4-year-olds. Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, again and again, we keep rushing. I don't know about you, but nothing I ever rushed came out okay.
Right. Sign now and ask questions later. And you know what the proponents of all this global change regulation forget to mention, Neil, is that, yes, we emit a lot more carbon now than we did 100 years ago. But look, human life has vastly improved. And everything that makes life good, cars, schools, farms, medicine, industry, all of that runs on carbon. $100 billion is simply slitting our own throats, impaling our recovery, impaling the economy, and killing jobs in the process.
But as much as we admit, China admits more. They should pay for it.
All right. I wish we had more time, guys.
I'm going to start a rowboat business, and Jonathan isn't coming.
Thank you, Maegan. All right. Well, it's time. The moment you've all been waiting for. Neil Cavuto's annual shopping tips from